Hello, hello! If you've got one of these things flying around on your desk, then this is just so much better. This is a LeGrand desktop power plug, which also has some USB, and I've been using it in my laboratory now for like a month. It was my Christmas present to myself. And in this video, I will show you both what it can do and give you some basic hints on how to install it. This is the packaging. It's made by the absolute electromechanics powerhouse and installation powerhouse LeGrand. And you see here, it claims to have 5 Slovak style power plugs and 2 USB ports. And yes, this window here in the front is open. And so we go in here, we rip it open. I'm a bit well. You see here it was glued shut, just in case you get it from another supplier. We open this, here you go, and then we already have the new construction. And already at this very early point in time, we see what's the big idea here. And this is going to be our next step, to mount it by drilling it in. And before we get to it, here we have the data, and it says it's a 15 watt maximum USB output. The cable is 1.5 meters long, and here you've got the dimensions to check if it fits your desk. It's 424 millimeters long and 100 millimeters wide. The next problem, or so to say, is this hole, which is relatively small. Here you see I've got a 3 millimeter wood screw and it fits through. If I take a 4 millimeter wood screw instead, as you see here, it doesn't fit through anymore and it would damage this. So you need to be quite careful about the right screw size. And no, I don't suggest using a 3 millimeter times 12 screw, so you might have to go to the screw shop once again to buy the correct screw if you don't have one in the stockhouse. 2 important warnings for installation. Number 1, here, don't tighten this too much or you risk the feet breaking. It's better to have a tiny bit of play here than to risk the feet breaking because of the compression of the screw. And secondarily, if you never used a Slovak plug before, remember this. Here is the ground and here is the cable. So you should be careful that you do it like so, that it points away from you, because only then you can comfortably tilt it forward without having to worry too much, as you see here. Because if it would be pointing to the back and you tilt it, then we would have a problem. And now the next step is to switch it on. Here we've got a button, which as you see, we can push it in. And then we get this blue backlight here. And also the indication that the surge protection is active. And then we can also switch it off again. The one thing which is a bit worrisome is turning this, which requires a bit of force. I suggest you grab it with both hands and then you turn it like this into the position where you need it. You can flip it like so or like so, as you see here. In a few detents, this is about the maximum that it will go. And just to verify that the switch does what it says on the tin, you see here, now my Makita charger is singing and is lit up on the front. And when I push it again, quietness ensures. So this toggle here really does work as an on-off for the whole system. First victim of our USB test, as you see here, my trusty Google Pixel 8a, and it says here charging. And in the past I've been testing it. Sometimes it was charging slowly, sometimes it was charging rapidly with the same cable. So in a way, given that this phone is a bit temperamental in terms of charging, I would say for charging Google Pixel, it works perfectly well. And alas, mobile phones have a soul, and it's a dark one. Here you now see charging rapidly. So it's proven within the limits of the 15 watt that it can give, it will do a pretty good job keeping any devices you have supplied. Our next victim is an iPhone Z. Again, we have an USB-C to Lightning cable. We plug it in again. And here we take the iPhone and we plug it in. And well, the iPhone is fully charged, so we have to wait a little bit. We have to discharge it first. And as you see here, I let the iPhone discharge itself a little bit. And then I lean over again and plug it in. And we see the charger was acknowledged. And so it also is capable to charge iPhones with its 15 watt of maximum power transmission capability. And then the final thing is high performance process computers. Or rather, this is the one thing I'm not going to test, and this for a simple reason. These guys can need much more than 15 watts temporarily. And due to this, I would always suggest to use the power supply provided by the process computer manufacturer. Sorry for my slightly dancing posture. Squatting is kind of painful. But yes, this is my new desktop power station. And I have to say, I've been using it now for 1 month and I could not be happier. In short, if you are looking to make your laboratory life just a bit better, this is the product you should give a chance.